$400 of stockpiled flour, rancid before it was ever needed. With fertilizer costs surging 26%, Americans are panic buying wheat and flour for 2026. But 5 critical mistakes in storage are quietly ensuring most of it won't survive the shelf. Official data from early 2026 paints a more measured picture than the panic-driven headlines suggest. The World Bank's February report logged a 26.2% jump in global fertilizer prices, the sharpest monthly spike since 2008. This surge followed a combination of rising natural gas costs, shipping bottlenecks through the Strait of Hormuz, and a rush for nitrogen fertilizers in the Southern Hemisphere. Meanwhile, the Food and Agriculture Organization Food Price Index for March stood at 128.5, a 2.4% increase from the previous month. The FAO Cereal Price Index edged up just 1.5%, and wheat prices rose 4.3%, significant but nowhere near the double-digit jumps circulating on social media. No official record confirms the widely repeated claim that U.S. fertilizer supply fell to 75% of normal. Trade bulletins and industry statements described inventories as below normal, but concrete figures were missing. USDA forecasts for farm-level wheat prices and food-at-home inflation, often cited in viral posts, could not be substantiated in public releases from 2024 to 2026. The numbers reveal moderate price pressure, real but not catastrophic. Yet the anxiety sparked by these verified increases set the stage for a wave of bulk buying. As households scrambled to secure flour and wheat, the line between sensible preparation and overreaction blurred. The next challenge would not be market volatility, but what actually happens to flour once it is brought home. Whole wheat flour carries a hidden expiration date that most buyers never see. The reason lies in the oils stored in the bran and germ. These natural fats are exposed the moment wheat is milled, and from that point a chemical timer starts ticking. Oxygen in the air reacts with these lipids, triggering a process called oxidative rancidity. Scientists measure this with a number known as the peroxide value. When peroxide values exceed about 10 milliequivalents per kilogram, the flour develops a sour, stale smell and taste. At normal pantry temperatures, around 68 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, this process takes just 4 to 6 months. That means a family who stockpiles whole wheat flour in January could find it unusable by summer, even if the packaging looks untouched. Temperature is the silent accelerator. For every 10 degrees Fahrenheit increase, the rate of oxidation roughly doubles, a principle known as the Q10 effect. A bag of flour stored in a warm garage at 85 degrees Fahrenheit can spoil in half the time compared to a cool pantry. Enzymes left in the flour after milling also speed up the breakdown of healthy oils. Laboratory tests confirm that peroxide values in whole wheat flour can double in just 90 days under typical home storage conditions. The science is clear. Without airtight packaging and temperature control, every bag of whole wheat flour is racing against a chemical clock. In Ohio, a family invested nearly $400 in 250 pounds of whole wheat flour after watching viral warnings online. By late summer, a sour smell filled their basement. The culprit was oxidative rancidity, the natural oils in the flour reacting with oxygen. A lab test confirmed a peroxide value reading that crossed 12 milliequivalents per kilogram. Every bag had to be thrown out. In Texas, another household skipped oxygen absorbers and stored 200 pounds of white flour in plastic tubs. Within 3 months, lab tests showed peroxide values above the threshold for off flavors. The flour was rancid, and the entire batch was lost. In the Midwest, a converted garage pantry reached 78 degrees during a heat wave. 180 pounds of whole wheat flour stacked in paper sacks developed mold after just 2 months. These cases are not outliers. Across the region, households lost hundreds of dollars because they chose the wrong product, ignored airtight packaging, or underestimated the damage from heat. The science behind these failures is clear, but the financial and emotional toll is often overlooked. A New England family stacked over 200 pounds of flour in their basement, trusting cool storage to keep it safe. 6 weeks later, every bag was alive with tiny larvae. The culprit was insect eggs from the mill, invisible but present in dozens per kilogram. They hatched because the flour was never frozen. Their ordeal, captured in a viral video with 3.2 million views, became a cautionary tale. Lab tests confirm the risk. Flour stored in cardboard or paper can average more than 60 viable eggs per kilogram within a month. The overlooked fix is freezing. 72 hours in the freezer destroys nearly all eggs and larvae, but even flawless flour can't outlast time. Milled flour's shelf life is short, no matter how well sealed. The answer is wheat berries. When kept below 55 degrees and under 45% humidity, kernels stay viable for decades. Orders for home mills jumped 38% in 2026. As Harvest Line's chief executive officer put it, real security means keeping grain fresh until it's needed. Wheat's lower fertilizer demand made the shift practical. Today, improper storage still turns emergency reserves into waste. Real preparedness means knowledge, not panic. In 2026, the difference between edible and inedible isn't luck, it's understanding. Stay informed and choose wisely.